much to do, to learn and see on Lord Howe Island. Such a lovely place to be is Lord Howe Island. So come over and explore beaches, forests, mountains, and more. So much beauty, that's for sure, on Lord Howe Island. On Lord Howe Island. On Lord Howe Island.
Now you have to admit that this is a beautiful location. Real Lord Howe Island beauty. This is on the southerly end of Lord Howe Island. Beaches, mountains, the water gently lapping on the sand. It's like I'm just out here by myself. Quiet, peaceful, no one to argue with. Is it like that where you are at the moment? Quiet, peaceful, everyone getting along with each other? Today we are going to be looking at the topic of getting along with others. And on that note, the first piece of advice I would like to give to everyone is the message that is contained in this song.
If you want a friend, be a friend. Oh yeah. So every day you got to be kind to others. That's right, in every way. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If you want a friend, be a friend. Oh yeah. So every day you've gotta be kind to others. That's right, in every way. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If you want a friend, be a friend.
Oh yeah.
So every day
You've got to be
kind to others.
That's right.
In every way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Be a friend through what you do. Show people everywhere that you care. Break it down. Keep it simple and sweet. It's how you act to those you meet. If you want to be a friend, well, be your friend. Every day, everywhere, everywhere. And all you say, show the people out there that you care. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you want a friend, be a friend.
Oh yeah.
So every day
You've got to be
kind to others.
That's right.
In every way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If you want a friend, be a friend. Each day during our kids club on Lord Howe Island, we learn a different craft. One of the crafts we learned to do was how to make friendship bands. The great thing about these is that you need to do this with a friend to work together. You help them make one, and then they help you.
We're an island in the middle of the ocean. There's 500 kilometres of ocean from here to anywhere else like Australia, and all the plants and animals that we've got here are really amazing. But how did they get here? How did they cross the ocean? Well, the storyboard here does tell all those stories about how plants and animals cross the ocean, and some seeds can float. So we find these seeds washed up on the beach. They've got a very hard seed coat, so they survive in the seawater, and they're light, so they float. So a lot of our plants have travelled here as floating seeds. Another way that seeds can get here is by blowing in the wind. Some seeds are very, very tiny, and we have on these cards some tiny little flecks that are the seeds of some of the trees that have blown here in the wind and established. So seeds can blow in the wind. And the other way that seeds travel is inside birds' stomachs. Trees produce fleshy fruits to attract birds to eat the fruit and carry the seed in their stomach and deposit it somewhere else. So we have a lot of rainforest trees here with fleshy fruits, and they've all been brought here by the birds. And then we've got animals. Well, we've got only the animals that can cross the ocean found at Lord Howe Island. So we have no native frogs, we have no native snakes. There is only one native mammal, and that's a little bat that flew here. But we've got 2 lizards. And how did the lizards get here? Well, here we've got a model of a lizard on a piece of rock called pumice, and pumice floats on the ocean. So maybe somewhere on an island up in Indonesia, there was a volcano under the water that created these pumice bits that were floating around, and some lizards crawled on one and they floated all the way to Lord Howe Island. So that's probably how our lizards got here, floating on a piece of pumice, or maybe they climbed on a tree that got washed down a river in a flood from somewhere like Australia or Indonesia.
I was out on one of the properties while I was on Lord Howe Island, and I noticed an interesting seed pod. There were a few of them in this location. I had a closer look and really got to see some more of the incredible detail. And it looks like this little insect was having a closer look too. Did you see that spider that was very camouflaged? The insect is walking right along the branch, past the seed pod. I wonder what he's looking for. I had been so busy looking at the plant pod that I didn't notice something else in the garden behind me. It was a great big caterpillar, but it's very different from the caterpillars that I usually find when I'm looking around in nature. This one has been hidden by the leaves that are growing over it. It is yellow and going a bit rusty, but it has a name on it. It definitely says caterpillar. Do you think this kind of caterpillar will turn into a butterfly?
What did the little tree say to the big tree?
Leave me alone! When we were on Lord Howe Island, we had a whole week of running a kids club. One of the things that the kids learnt during the week was how to twist balloons and how to make all sorts of things. Zayne was pretty good at teaching the other kids too.
My name's Zayne.
My name is Micah.
And today we're going to be teaching you how to make a balloon dog.
You will need one long balloon and a balloon pump.
And you would want to stretch your balloon first. And then you're going to want to put it on your pump and pump it up.
That didn't work. I'm only just holding this thing on. There you go, Zayne. This one's pretty tight. First, you need to make the nose by twisting one bubble. Then twist 2 more bubbles as the ears. Then tie it off. There. So far, your doggy looks like this. Doggy head on a stick. Then you want to leave a little space for the neck, and then you want to tie off 2 more bubbles. And do them together like you did the ears. That creates your feet. Mine is facing backwards, but oh well. Then you want to create 2 more legs using the same method as you did the front legs, leaving enough space for the body. Your dog should look like this.
Why are balloons so expensive?
Inflation! There was an old man who liked to go for a walk each day through his neighbourhood. In his younger years, he enjoyed riding his bike all around the town, and of course, he always wore his helmet. He had loved to play beach volleyball, and he had been an amazing tennis player. In fact, he still loved to play table tennis, which he did every Wednesday night in the community hall with his friends. He now walked a little slower than when he was younger, with a slight shuffle, leaning on his walking stick. These days he tired a little sooner, so when he came across a seat, he sat down to have a rest. His attention was drawn to 3 young lads who were walking down the street towards him. One of the lads looked very confident. He could tell by the way he walked with his shoulders back and his head raised high. The 2 other lads walked beside him. The one closest to him was carrying a ball. The old man guessed they were all heading to the park to play. Out of nowhere, it seemed, the taller lad gave the boy carrying the ball a shove, which caused him to lose his balance, drop the ball, and ended up sprawled across the ground in front of the old man. The tall lad laughed, grabbed up the ball and ran off, leaving the boy on the ground. As he ran, he called over his shoulder,
Thanks for the ball.
Thanks for the ball.
Don't be a crybaby and tell your mum either.
Don't be a crybaby and tell your mum either.
The other boy slowly sat up, brushed his knees and elbows, and then with his head down and shoulders slumped, he continued to sit quietly where he had landed. The other boy put out his hand to help him up. Neither of them had noticed the old man. The old man asked,
Are you all right, lad? Are you all right, lad?
Both the boys turned around, startled and surprised. The boy who had landed on the ground had been fighting back tears, and so when he answered the old man, his voice was a bit choked up. He said, yeah, I'm good, I'm all good.
I'm good, I'm all good.
The old man nodded wisely and said,
Tell me, lads, is this something that has happened before? Tell me, lads, is this something that's happened before?
The boy who had helped his friend up looked down and said,
Well, yeah, maybe a few times.
Well, yeah, maybe a few times.
The old man nodded again, paused for a moment, scratched his head, and indicating towards the boy who had been pushed over, asked,
Is that your ball that he took? Is that your ball that he took?
The boy nodded. The old man continued,
You know, it's never okay for anyone to treat others that way. You know, it's never okay for anyone to treat others that way. Getting along with others is not always easy, but it is important. Getting along with others is not always easy, but it is important.
The boy who had been pushed over answered,
But what can we do?
But what can we do?
The old man said,
You know, I learnt that if you want a friend... You know, I learnt if you want a friend... You need to be a friend. You need to be a friend. Every day, you need to be kind to others. Every day, you need to be kind to others.
The boy's friend answered,
Try telling him that. It's a two-way street.
Try telling him that. It's a two-way street.
The old man answered,
Yes, you're right. You're right. It is a two-way street. Yes, you're right. It is a two-way street. We can't control others' actions. We can't control others' actions. But we can control our reactions. But we can control our reactions.
The first boy answered,
Well, he deserved to be shoved on the ground himself.
He deserved to be shoved on the ground himself.
The old man responded,
Yeah, you're right. That is what he deserves. Yeah, you're right. That is what he deserves. But from what I observed... It looks like he has no idea how to be a friend. It looks like he has no idea how to be a friend. So shoving him on the ground may not be the answer.
The boy's friend answered,
Any other suggestions then?
Do you have any suggestions then?
The old man replied,
Tell me, who will he be hanging out with now at the park? Tell me, who will he be hanging out with now at the park?
The first boy responded,
No one.
No one.
He'll be waiting for us to come.
We'll be waiting for us to come.
so he can boss us around again.
So we can boss us around again.
The old man responded, what I suggest
Well, what I suggest
is that you do what you can
is that you do what you can
to always stand up for what is right
to always stand up for what is right
in a kind and considerate way.
in a kind and considerate way.
Let him know that it's not okay
Let him know that it's not okay
to treat you like that,
to treat you like that.
and that when he does,
But when he does,
you will not be hanging out with him.
you won't be hanging out with him.
The second boy replied to his friend, yeah, I suppose we could do something like that.
Yeah, I suppose we can do something like that.
How about we go back to your place?
How about we go back to your place?
And he can stay at the park by himself today.
And he can stay at the park by himself today.
The first boy answered, oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
I think that sounds like a plan.
I think that sounds like a plan.
Our reaction will be
Our reaction will be
to walk away from the problem today and not add to it.
to walk away from the problem today and not add to it.
The old man spoke to them both and said, I think you're heading down the right path here, boys.
I think you're heading down the right path there, boys.
I don't think there's a quick fix to your problem,
But I don't think there's a quick fix to your problem.
but always do what you can to get along with others.
But always do what you can to get along with others.
The boys looked back at the old man and said, thank you.
Thank you.
The old man said, no worries.
No worries.
The old man sat thoughtfully, reminiscing on the times he had to deal with similar issues when he was their age. If you want a friend, you need to be a friend. Always treat others the way you would like to be treated. Just then his attention was drawn to a boy walking alone down the road with his head down, shoulders slumped, carrying a ball. A young lad who was still learning the lesson that if you want a friend, you need to be a friend. It was a lovely, warm day. He thought back to his younger days when he and his friends had been the ones playing ball at the very same park, learning many valuable lessons on friendship, the very same friends who would be at the table tennis game tonight.
This is a song about getting along, getting along. I'll do my best in my work and my play to keep getting along. This is a song about getting along, getting along. I'll do my best in my work and my play to keep getting along. We need to work together, yes, that's what we've gotta do. We need to work together, me and you.
So I'll sing this song about getting along, getting along. I'll do my best in my work and my play to keep getting along. This is a song about getting along, getting along. I'll do my best in my work and my play to keep getting along. We need to work together, yes, that's what we've gotta do. We need to work together, me and you. So I'll sing this song about getting along, getting along. I'll do my best in my work and my play to keep getting along. This is a song about getting along, getting along. I'll do my best in my work and my play to keep getting along. I'll do my best in my work and my play to keep getting along. To keep getting along. To keep getting along.
And this exhibit here talks about our lowland rainforest, and we've got a whole lot of photographs here of the plants, the animals, the snails, the fungi, the birds that are living in the lowland forest, where the humans live. And the humans are sharing the environment with the birds and the insects and the plants, everybody living in harmony here. We're very lucky to live on this island where we can live very close to nature. And in our backyards, we have birds like the woodhens, and they're not scared. They'll come up, more or less talk to you. And all of the birds know that humans are not going to harm them here on Lord Howe Island, so they're all unafraid. And we can enjoy the birds coming close, we can enjoy lovely flowers, we can enjoy fungi popping up, because we all care for the environment here and realise it's important to live in harmony with nature. Nature is necessary for humans to live on the planet, so we all have to live together and look after each other.
Oh, where do birds stay when they go on vacation?
Someplace cheap! Cheap.
Getting along with others is important. If you want a friend, you need to be a friend. I'm Arnie from Arnie's Shack. I'll catch you all again soon as we continue to learn more during our time together on Lord Howe Island. So take care, stay safe, and God bless.